let's move on to the last of today.
They built the big game out of marshmallow. Played it live while the whole world watched. No spot, no budget, just bunnies on the field. 8 million saved and the crowd went wild. Number 4. Top 40 classic. Bunnies on the field. Number 4. Top 40 classic.
Kyle, over to you.
All right. The Super Bowl is advertising's biggest Sunday. Curiosity decided to make it PEEPS' second biggest. Yes, PEEPS, the pride of Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, without paying for a spot. The inside was already there. PEEPS fans don't just eat the product, they build with it. Dioramas, scenes, entire worlds sometimes entered into the competition. So Curiosity built a handmade marshmallow stadium and a roster full of bunny players and recreated the game's biggest moments in real time. While every other brand reached for AI, Curiosity went tactile and analog. They had 10 days to plan, build, and rehearse. They pre-shot what they could control: fan reactions, a spiraling football, a PEEPS Bunny halftime show, and as a nod to Bad Bunny, and reacted live to the rest, filming, editing, and posting within minutes of key plays. Fans started timing them. The 48-hour results: 11.33 million impressions, 332 pieces of content, 175,000 engagements, and a 10% engagement rate. 2,000 plus new fans, a 9,350% jump over an average week, and $8 million saved from not running a Super Bowl spot. At number 4, PEEPS Instant PEEPS Play from Curiosity.
All right, let's take a look at this, and then we're going to talk to Evan. Well played. Let's take a look.
It's in the air, and it's caught. Touchdown! Ladies and gentlemen, right there, we just saw the first PEEPS pick to the game. The quarterback held on for the ball a little too long, and he got smushed.
Let's be honest. Most of the advertising during the Super Bowl was Kyle.
Lame.
Yep. Hot garbage. Yep. And was it 8 million just for the airtime? That doesn't even include
it was
production,
8 million,
right?
Yeah, between 7 and 8 depending. That's just airtime.
That doesn't even
EMI.
include production.
Right. Yeah. And look at this production. PEEPS on sticks.
Hilarious.
All it takes sometimes, you know?
Yeah. Talk about how this came together, because
up like a carny ride.
Yeah. So it all kind of started because Bad Bunny was playing in the Super Bowl halftime show. We were like, okay, PEEPS have bunnies. What can we do here? There was no brief to this. We were actually in the midst of ideating for their Easter campaign. And we're like, we have to do something. Like, there's just too much, in the universe here that we should do. And so we kind of had the idea of doing a bunny halftime show and then built out around that. Like, what's the way that we can get people engaged with Peeps during a time that people aren't thinking about Peeps ever? It's usually like, a couple weeks before Easter.
Yep.
So we were inspired by all the dioramas that people make. And we're like, let's just play football with our Peeps and like try to respond to the biggest plays in Super Bowl as they happened. Everyone thought we were crazy, but we pulled it off. I think
we were crazy. Yeah. And what we loved about this insight too, around like the timing of the Super Bowl, is it's such an unexpected time for Peeps to show up, but also it is a great timing because Peeps actually start rolling out on shelves in February. So it also
That
just
makes sense.
Connected to that lead up to the early Easter holiday.
Yeah, and as someone who lives only 22 miles from Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, where Just Born is, we get all the special Peeps around here. So what did the Just Born people have to say about putting this out there and with this crazy idea?
They were thrilled. I mean, it was our first work with them from all their brands. So like we had not done anything yet. So this was a big like risk for them. So kudos to them for trusting us this process and kind of being like, go with it. They were super excited. They were really into it. We had some of our clients fly in for the day of the Super Bowl, kind of showed them the lay of the land. We made sure we kind of ran everything through them as we went along, but they were invested. They were having a great time. And like, they were starting to pitch in ideas like as the game was going on.
Oh, I love that.
Kind of a snooze fest for a little bit. And when there was like, a streaker on the field, they're like, let's go do that. So we're like, hey, we're running with it. So they were awesome throughout the whole process. It was risky for them. So kudos to them for sure.
Yeah.
But, I have to say that like the good news is that it's, it's Peeps, which is a fun brand out of the gate. It's not like it was, Zelensky brake pads. So, I just, Tommy boy. But we're I would have to say as creatives, it widens the aperture in so many different ways.
Yeah.
I mean, what didn't happen that you wanted to do, or it's like and one of the patterns that we've noticed today is a lot of this work that we're seeing, the client said, oh, love that. Oh yeah. So again, reminder to all you marketers and CMOs, trust your agencies when they come to you with a great idea like this. But you also knew like, okay, like the streaker thing is really that, it's a little risque, but it's also somewhat benign in some ways. Were there some areas where we're like, we could do this, but maybe we should just be a little more restrained?
So as we were going into like the prep of like, we made outlines of like what can or can't we touch, and we knew that like maybe we're hoping for a streaker, like that's and we're like maybe they'll go for it, but we knew like some things with like football, we were like really sensitive around injuries.
Sure.
That was never going to be part of the play.
Okay.
But to Evan's point about like the our client being really willing to take a risk, we kind of like broke any rule around what a Peep does or doesn't do. Like a Peep has never had a voice before, but we have an announcer that's like Chris Collinsworth adjacent. Have never played football. Yeah. I think that was our major watch outs. We are really grateful that we didn't have too many rules holding us back.
Yeah, we actually we practiced in the week leading up to the Super Bowl. We just throw old games on YouTube and like try to reenact some of the plays that were happening. And as we were going through that, we realized like we need to be less precious about how these come together. Like we can shoot it 2 times, one kind of wide, close, do the cuts that we need to. Like when we first started, we were like, we have to follow the exact patterns of the receivers. And we're like, no, we don't have to do that. Just like get the general motion down and get the general action right, and you should be good. And we kind of leaned into like, if a Peep would just like roll over on its stick, that was funny. Like, let's just lean into that. So not being so precious about stuff too, I think was like a good way for us to kind of let loose a little bit. Right. Put the pressure off big time too, because we were watching so intently.
Right.
Like you never know when a play is going to happen that you have to respond to.
Right. So there's Chris Collinsworth, 1984, doing taco filling.
JTM. We were just talking about
JTM.
JTM yesterday. That's a local food group here.
Beef taco filling.
It's delicious.
That sounds delicious.
All right, please continue. Sorry, you said
you're
Chris
good.
Collinsworth, and all of a sudden I went to beef taco JT.
We all go there sometimes.
Yeah,
Right.
there you go.
But yeah, it was just like, just have fun with it. That's ultimately what we ended up doing. And like you said, Peeps is a fun brand, and I think people reacted to that super well.
Yeah. No, and I think that the other thing too is like you can have fun with a brand and with a product. I would say that you also have to be respectful too. So to your point, like there were just to Andrea's point about like no injuries like that. Like yeah, you're not going to disfigure a peep.
Rip a peep in half.
Why not? Well, yeah. I mean, Kyle gets the fresh peeps. We're out on the West
yeah.
Coast.
Yeah. You get
I don't think I've ever had like a real fresh peep.
I haven't
like
had one off the line, but I've certainly had one.
You know
from
what?
The
We're
Peeps
going
store.
then. You know what? All right, smartass. We're gonna go to the factory in Bethlehem.
There you go.
And we're gonna take one out. Then we're gonna go to the Utz Chip Factory. Then we're gonna go to Snyder's
Tasty
to get some
Cakes.
press. So we could just get stuff off. Okay, there you go. There's our Pennsylvania field trip. So Evan, Andrea, you in?
Yeah, we're
Heck
hopping
yeah.
along.
Okay.
There you go. There you go.
What's next? What's the encore?
We did a short campaign for Easter. We kind of like leaned into this like lo-fi diorama approach. We did a morning show for Peeps called Wake Up Peeps, centered around our Easter campaign, which was Don't Sleep on Peeps. So we're like, oh, the perfect thing for that is a little morning show.
That's really
You can
solid.
check that on socials. We have a little something cooking up for 4th of July. We can't say
Okay.
too much
No.
about- Can't say too much. Just follow
don't.
on social. That's all.
Please don't.
All right.
Regular
Red,
followers.
white, and Peeps it is. Yeah.
Oh, that's brilliant. That's brilliant. Well, Evan, Andrea, thanks for hanging on. I mean, patience yields rewards. So you are number 4. So
We're honored, and we were shocked that we like silly little marshmallows beat, not I want to say beat, but like performed this well. So we're very grateful. Thank
I mean,
you.
I could move you down if you want.
No,
Okay. No, it's fine.
down to
Cool.
1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you?
Like
Up, down?
down,
Yeah,
down,
like down to
down.
1. Yeah. Okay.
Oh
This,
my
this
gosh.
is getting into
We'll
semantics.
take it
here.
off.
That's right. This one did better. So I'm just saying. So, all right. No, seriously, excellent work. Thank you to Curiosity for being one of the early OG members of Indie Agency News. Really appreciate it. Evan, Andrea, fantastic work. Fantastic work. And we'll see you. We'll see you in the Queen City soon.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
See you soon.
All righty. Oh, I just cut him off. You know who I like to cut off though? I like to cut out Travis. Say a sentence and I'm going to cut you off.
What's up?
Okay, there. All right. He's fine. All right, everybody. All right, Evan, Andrea. Thank you.